Good morning friends, welcome to Sharekhan pre-market view. Indian markets had a good beginning to the week yesterday with Sensex putting on over 280 points gain, whereas Nifty gained by 80 points. This was after good inflation data which drove the banking stocks in anticipation that RBI would finally act in the coming policy and decrease the interest rate. Back in the US market, there were a moderate decline in all the major indices. Dow was down by about 62 points, Nasdaq had a cut of about 16 points, whereas S&P was down 8 points. This is nervousness in the market ahead of the Fed's policy meet, which begins from 16th, and the interest rate decision back in the US would be taken on 17th September. If you look at the Asian markets, they are trading mixed. Nikkei is up today ahead of Bank of Japan's policy out there. Expectation is more or less that the Bank of Japan would keep a status quo. However, the index is up by close to 1.6%, whereas China and Shanghai market is down. If you look at Singapore Nifty, it is indicating a negative kind of an opening by 15 points. If you look at the flows, after a very long time, FIs selling subdued in the cash market. They were marginal buyers of 58 crores in the cash market. They were sellers of 34 crores in the index futures, whereas GIs continued to support the market with cash buying of 1 at 84 crores. Now after this gap down opening by 15 points, how Nifty is likely to react throughout the day? Let's have a view from our derivatives team.
Good morning friends, we'll give analysis on derivatives. In yesterday's market, we have seen taking positive cues from the international markets and also the positive numbers of the IIP, due to which our market also opened with a gap up opening of around 20-30 points. And later on, throughout the day, we have seen market holding on its gains and have been constantly inching higher and making new intraday high. And have also tried to reach around 7,880, 7,900 levels, and eventually managed to close at 7875.20 with around 1% or gain. From last 2 to 3 trading sessions, we were seeing Nifty have been taking some kind of resistance at around 7880 odd levels, and in yesterday's trade we have seen it breaching it convincingly. And also in the Bank Nifty, we have seen it taking resistance at anywhere around 16,800, and also in Bank Nifty we have seen it breaching those resistance level convincingly in yesterday's trade. The open interest terms, we have seen some kind of unwinding of around 1% in Nifty. However, cost of credit decreased by from 7% to 1.5%, indicating we will consider most of the positions in yesterday's trade which got unwinded was mainly due to the short covering. However, interestingly, Bank Nifty, after seeing a breach of its resistance of around 16,800, we have seen some kind of addition of around 5% in Bank Nifty, and we have seen long accumulation. So last 2 to 3 trading sessions, we have been seeing some kind of long addition in Bank Nifty, and still the short positions are still standing. So in coming trading sessions, since we also had positive WPI numbers in the mid part of the day, and at the later part of the day positive CPI numbers, so the anticipation of the rate cut from the RBI has been increasing. Hence, we might see a positive activity in Bank Nifty in the coming trading sessions. Also, derivatives data do point the same. On the put call ratio, we have seen 1 basis point increase in put call ratio, seeing a sharp increase of around 1% in Nifty. Put call ratio in line have also increased by 1 basis point from 0.93 to 0.94 levels. But obvious market going up, we have seen volatility index have been decreased by around 3% from 24.98 levels to 24.32 levels. Now the options activity still not major pile up of open interest has been seen, but yeah, eventually still at the money or slightly out of the money options are now quite active. Since start of the series, we were observing that deep out of the money options were active. Now the activity has been stringed towards the at the money and slightly out of the money strike price, as IVs have also have been on the decreasing trend. So 7,900 call option have seen some kind of addition of around 19% in yesterday's trade, while 8,000 call option have seen an addition of around 4% and 8,200 call option have seen an addition of around 2.5%. So nothing as much to say that seeing the options data, to be precise, nothing as much to say what kind of resistance of the market could be seen taking in the near future. Since 8,000 is a psychological level, so first resistance of around 8,000 would be quite crucial in the coming trading sessions. Of course, the momentum is on the positive direction, hence I've been talking about the resistance. While the input option 7,800 strike price has seen an addition of around 14 odd percentage, while 7,500 put option, which is the highest in terms of open interest, with around 45 lakh shares in, have also seen an addition of around 2.5 odd percentage in yesterday's trade. There are two securities in ban period for today's trade, that is Amtech Auto and Century Textiles. There was not much of activity by FIIs in yesterday's trade. In index futures, there were net sellers of only 34 odd crores, while in index options they continue to sell index options due to the high IV scenario, which tempts them to short the index options. As seeing them selling index options, we do feel that we might not see a significant amount of volatility, at least till the next 2 to 3 trading sessions. In yesterday's trade, there were net sellers in index option of around 172 odd crores. With stock futures, they continue to cover their short positions in stock futures, and there were net buyers of 488 odd crores, and stock options there were net sellers of 6 crores only. For a market level, in today's trading session, a 5 days VWAP level would be quite crucial. 7,800 is the 5 days VWAP, with a low range at 7,800 and high range at 8,000. So in today's trading session, since we are pointing, despite positive numbers from CPI, we are pointing some kind of negative opening in today's trade. But eventually, anywhere around 7,800, 820 is a good opportunity to go long, keeping a stop anywhere around 7780. So SX Nifty has been trading negative by around 22 odd points at 7852, indicating some kind of negative opening can be expected in today's trade. That's it from derivatives. Thank you.
Friends, let's look at the trading idea for the first one being Havells India. Now, Havells opened electric water heater plant by investing close to 100 crore for a new manufacturing plant in Rajasthan. This plant will have an initial capacity of 3 lakh units per annum. This is positive news for Havells, and one can long Havells with stop loss of 255 for potential upside of 267 and above that at 272. There is some positive news which is coming from Maruti. Apart from RBI increasing FII, FBI, QFI and RPI limit up to 40%, Ola Cabs is looking to invest close to 5,000 crore for setting up a new cab leasing business, and they would, for pilot project, place most of the orders for Maruti. So some positive news for Maruti. One can long Maruti with stop loss of 4290. The potential upside could be 4370. Now Bharat Ventures, next idea. Now Bharat Ventures has come into an agreement with Tata Steel for conversion of chrome ore into ferrous chrome. So again, some sentimentally positive news for this company. One can long it with stop loss of 132 for potential upside of 140. Moving on to important news update. Government will auction 27 oil field of Mumbai. This includes about 15 in the KG basin. Now the auction of oil field will be done on a new revenue sharing model, wherein actually the bidders will have to quote the amount of revenue that they are willing to share with the government. CEA has identified old power plants with 36,000 megawatt which will have to be replaced by supercritical units. Now there is expectation that the overall orders will get finalized and the power generating capacity will be close to 36,000 megawatts. The Mahindra Group today announced its debut into the e-commerce space with the launch of its portal m2all.com, an e-marketplace for all Mahindra products and services. India's WPI inflation declined for 10th straight month. In August, the number came in at negative 4.95% despite a sharp spike in the prices of onion and certain pulses. IRDA has asked that it is going to be mandatory to make listing must for all large insurance players. So SBI, ICICI Prudential Life, HDFC Life could lead the way for listing. DLF, India's largest real estate player, is pinning its hope on soon to be opened retail project, the Mall of India in Noida. Now, this will help the company increase its rental revenue from 2400 crore to 3000 crore by the end of this financial year. The government has notified a safeguard duty of 20% on imports of certain grades of HR steel products. This is after evidence that the government found that there are rising imports from China, Japan, South Korea and Russia, which poses a threat to the local steel companies. Urea imports have surged by 43% to 3.06 million tons. Now, India's annual urea demand is close to 30 million tons, while domestic production has remained stagnant at about close to 22 million tons. Balco, a subsidiary of Vedanta, has started its procedure for closing down of its foundry division at Korba in Chhattisgarh. This shutdown of the rolling decision is a part of the restructuring exercise which the company is carrying out. CPI has declined to a 9-month low of 3.66% in August versus 3.69% in July. But the food prices actually went up to 2.2% from 2.15%. Now, Jet Airways might make Amsterdam gateway to US and Canada. At present, the airline flies daily from Mumbai and Delhi to Newark and Toronto via Brussels. Texmaco is looking to acquire majority equity stake in the company called as Bright Power at an enterprise value of 100 crore. Indigo's rupees 2,500 crore IPO gets a SEBI nod. Moving on to positives that we've created for the day, stock with positive bias, we have DHFL, Tata Motor DVR and SKS Micro, whereas stocks with negative bias, we have United Phosphorus and Bharat Forge. Moving on to stocks for long-term investment, we have Aditya Birla Nuvo, Britannia, HDFC Bank, TCS and Maruti. Thank you.